Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Now Experts Time channel. In this channel, we discussed various topics from ServiceNow, such as best practices, tips, tricks, solutions, etc. So when you have a time, you just explore those video that will help you in your real business landscape. In today's session, it's an interesting topic uh, that is called playbook oriented activities. So, playbook, everyone knows uh, the playbook usage, playbook benefit. I take this playbook scenario with your guided setup benefit here. So, the guided setup usage. For example, if you want to explore a new module, you don't have the knowledge in that appropriate module. So, ServiceNow provided that capability called guided setup. So if you type in this left navigation pan, then you can see the various guided setup in a different module. So you take this guided setup assistance and you try to explore that module, how it is helping, what is the foundational data, what are all the configuration area I need to focus. Those type of guidance you can get it from there. But in this session, how to build the guided setup, that's what we are going to see here. So this guided setup, where normally you will build based on your app engine, something scoped applications you have. That scoped applications should have some guided setup. I need to prepare that guided setup. You take that use case or scenario. So in that use case and scenario, we are going to prepare that guided setup here. So the main usage of this guided setup, it's a people independent. So everything it is available in the system. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, up to step n, it is clearly defined there. Follow the step and try to understand what I should follow, what I should understand, what I should configure. Those all items are handled via this playbook. That's the main usage. So to build this playbook, you need a flow designer. So in this flow designer side, you just type it, directly go to the flow designer part. So when you go to the flow designer, by default the playbook options, it will be available in your menu. That is a first choice itself, it will be there. So here you can see the playbook. So this playbook is going to support you to create your n number of use cases. Based on your use case, you can create what type of playbook you want. So I have created some sample playbook here. So I have taken app engine as a use case now. So similar way you apply for some other use cases as well. So it's very easy one. So before going to that, sorry, first we will see this and we will create a new one, so you will get a clarity there. So maybe this diagrammatic view little create a confusion. So instead of that, we can go for a board view. So before going to the board view, what we can do is we take some guided setup in the existing format. So I just type a guided setup. ITSM oriented guided setup, I will take it. So if you go here, so first we will try to understand how this guided setup is working. Then we will verify or review that information in the existing one, and we can create a new one. So maybe that flow, it will create that clarity how to use this playbook in the real landscape. So here you can see these are all the setup it is created. See steps, everything it is clearly highlighted, and you can click and explore that information one by one. For example, if you click get started, then here there are two options, you can see it. Then you just click this and it will route it to the appropriate form, and you can configure the relevant information and mark as complete. So this is a way this playbook is having a structure. The similar kind of structure we can build it. So that's what we are going to see here. So this is a out of box one. So you just explore this out of box, what is that guided setup. Now I'm going to the custom one. So if you see here, I have created a three step process. One is process and another one is a catalog definition, and third one is a non-existing item. This is the way I have defined the three hierarchy. So for example, first I will run it, you see the result, and we will go one by one how it is created, uh, that explanation. So I just do that run testing here. So I just click that playbook preview. So in this playbook preview, here you can see the steps. What it is explained there, the same it is executing one by one. So if you go here, I put a first step is process. So you come here, this is a process. So process is having a information called, this is a heading, subheading. So heading is process here, you can see it. Subheading is 1.1 process definition, 1.2 process improvements. So see here, this is 1.1 and you can see the 1.2, correct? So it will not allow to the next item without marking this step 1, it will not allow to go to the second item. Why? What is the reason is I defined that condition here. So if I go in this edit option, so you can see once it is complete then it should execute. So see here starts after 1.1 process definition. So you must complete this item so that it will work. So that's the way I have configured. So if you want you can go with that, otherwise you can go with the plain one, not a problem. So if I click this mark as complete, then what it will do, then it is going for the next one, it is loading here. Mark 1.1 it is completed. Now 1.2, that 1.2 is highlighted here. So when the 1.2 is completed, then 2.1, what is a 2.1? 2 is catalog definition and 2.1 and 2.2 is going to execute. So I just do that mark as complete here. So again it is loading. So here you can see the catalog definition and case creation. So here you can see the catalog definition and case creation. And next is a 2.1 is create a ticket using a catalog. So here I just put a create a ticket using a catalog. So this is a way I defined a step-by-step process. This is no major coding oriented. It's like a configuration oriented I have added here. If required some other requirement, then wherever it is required, you create a flow and tag that flow to this appropriate step, then it will work. That's the key message here. So I put a one by one action. So you take some use cases and you just build your playbook based on your use case. So now we go to that segment one by one. Then what is I have configured here. The first step what it is showing is, the first step it is showing some diagrammatic representation and essay writing. Some essay it is already written here and this diagrammatic representation is added here. So if you go this, so this add activity is mainly helping here. So you can call this item. So I just click this add activity here. There is an option called guided setup. So this guided setup is helping to build this guided setup related playbook. In this, there are 4 major items are used: external links, iframe, micro component loader, plugin install. What is the usage of this? Everything, if you click right side, there is explanation is available. You just read it and follow the steps one by one. So most of the things people will use this iframe because some area we are going to write, not some area, more area we are going to write some explanation, we are going to add some diagrammatic representation, etc. So those area it is going to support here. So for example, you see here the process definition, it is part of your external links. So instead of this one, I just remove this delete activity. Now you just go here, just click it. This is part of your external links. You can see this is a part of your external link, and this is part of your iframe, GS iframe. So what you are seeing in this guided setup, this 4 item you are going to select. Based on this selection, it defines some important or mandatory fields and you should follow those steps and you need to configure it. That's the key message here. So for the first step I just highlighted as external link. So this external link I just return some what essay writing, what is a process, etc. And I have called that URL. So which image I need to populate in that steps, that URL I have used it here. So meanwhile I have copy paste that. Actually this is a HTML based field in the description field. So you can directly call that image related URL, then by default it will showcase the result directly into the page. And meanwhile if you go to the automation side, there is a external link related informations are there. So you can configure that external information related item here. So you just configure and you can see the result, do the test button, and based on the test, if it is success then leave it. If it is not success, based on the error you can fine tune it. That's the key message. So assignment group, assign to. So these are all the pretty straightforward items, so no need to explain this item. So you can directly assign that name or assign that group for this appropriate activity. So just click this pill, the data pill, and you call this appropriate value for that. So this is for your process definition, which representing your external link related component. And the second one is iframe. Iframe, it is a typical straightforward the same information here. So here in this process definition, there is a starts after nothing is available, because this is a first step we are executing. Second step, when it is executed, as depends the first step completion. So that message I am just highlighting here, after specific activity 1.1 process definition. If you don't want this item, just directly click this radio button when stage starts, then it will not depend on the first step. So that's the way it is configured here. And the second thing is, this automation, it is based on some fields, right? So important fields, so which field it is required for this URL related item or a input related item for this appropriate step, then you can configure it. If nothing is available, directly select that appropriate previous activity or current activity. You can select either this one or that one. So that's the way it is configured here. The same type of step it is followed in the remaining area as well. So it's a very simple approach, it's a very straightforward approach, no major coding required here. Most of the items, it is a configurable area only. Mainly this use case is explained for your app engine, something scoped application you have developed. That scoped application doesn't have any guided setup, you can create the guided setup using our playbook. That's the use case we discussed now. So similar way, if you have any other separate requirement, you can use in a playbook a different format. So this playbook is applicable only for a guided setup oriented area. I hope this makes clear sense. It's very easy, it's not that much complicated. So you try to explore this item in your PDI or in your business landscape, definitely it will support you. I hope you enjoyed this session. Subscribe and stay tuned for this channel, and wait for the very interesting niche topic from ServiceNow. Once again, thank you, good day, goodbye.